What is going on, everybody? I was not expecting to make this video, but I came home to a very pleasant surprise. My tires are here. So let me see. Whoop, 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 whoop. Perfect. I had an order confirmation from AMP today saying that they were going to get shipped, so I was expecting them to be here this Friday, and then I came home and there they are, just laying on my front porch. If you were wondering what kind of tires I was getting, I decided to go with AMP tires again. And there's a reason for it. I am not actually sponsored by AMP with these set of tires, but I still wanted to use AMP tires for a very good reason. First things first, I'll show you guys a little comparison in a minute, but with the LLY, if you are pretty much new to the LLY build, if you're pretty much new to the channel and you're not really sure what's going on with that build, ultimately, cosmetic wise, lift wheel tire setup, what I want to do is I want it to be like a low stance kind of look compared to like all my other builds where they've been big lifted truck builds. So I went with 4.5-inch BDS on the LLY, which the kit has been ordered. It's on back order for like 2-3 weeks. I'm just waiting on BDS to ship them. And then we have the 22x14 Dropstars and 33x14.50 AMP tires. Now here is why I went with AMP tires. I wanted 33x14.50s. I didn't want to do 35s because if I did 35s, I would be pushing the truck closer to a 6-inch lift. I didn't want to do that. I wanted it to be as low as possible. At the same time, I wanted it to be as wide as possible. So 33x14.50 was exactly what I wanted. And 33x14.50 by 22s, there's not too many tires out there for that specification. So you know, there's a couple of companies like Fury Off-Road. I think Venom makes something, but I think Venom really focuses on like bigger wheels, like 24s and 26s. And I personally didn't really like their design. It looked too all-terrain-ish for me, and I didn't really like it. So I started thinking, and it really came down to AMP tires and Fury Off-Road. I've had both sets. And the one thing I do not like about Fury Off-Road is, to me, they're not true to size. They, I've seen plenty of 35x15.50 Fury Off-Road tires, and they look stretched out on 14 wides, which makes no sense because they're 15.5. They should wrap around, they should bubble the wheel, but it doesn't. And I've had the Nitto 375s. The Nitto 375s perfectly are square. They stick out past 14 wides. Those are true like 15.5 wide tires. I've had the Nitto 375s. Just seeing the Furies, I wasn't impressed because they weren't wide like they said they were. Shoot, I'm sweating my balls off. Yeah, so I really didn't like the stretched out look. That size, Fury used to be very affordable. They still are in certain sizes, like maybe 35/1250 or 33/1250. They are still affordable, but in the show size range, they've really bumped up their prices. And to me, they're very average tires. They're not any better than AMP tires. I've had both sets. I actually like the way my AMPs ride better. They're quieter. They have better traction in the rain. So overall, I like my AMP tires better than the Furies. And the fact that if I were to get 14.50 22s Fury tires, they were going to cost almost twice as much as AMP tires. And to me, that made no sense. AMP tires perform just as well, if not better than Furies, and I wasn't going to pay double. And I love the look of the AMP tires, mainly because it resembles Toyo MTs. Also, and I just like attention to detail. Like, I like the sidewall. I love how it actually has the AMP, the A from AMP tires. So that looks really good. And the tread on this is amazing. And I've had no complaints. I mean, if you look at the tires that are on my Denali, AMP tires, 37/1350, probably had close to 15,000 miles on these tires, and I only rotated them once. I wasn't very responsible, and I didn't rotate them every 5,000 miles like some people do, or 3,000 miles like some people do. But for them not being, you know, I didn't really take care of them like most people do, but they are wearing great. I mean, they still look brand new after 15,000 miles. This used to be up front, so we just rotated them probably about 1,000 miles ago. So yeah, as you can see, they're in great shape. Ride's amazing. A lot of people have asked me if I like my AMP tires, and I gotta tell you, I really do like them. I don't have any complaints. I've had the Toyo MTs, I've had Nittos, I've had Aturos. I've tried like a lot of tires. I've had BFG KO2s, I've had 2 sets of Cooper STT Pros. They are still my favorite tires. I love the way they look. Only complaint I would have about the STT Pros would be that they are a little bouncy by nature. So if you are going about 55 to 60, they get a little bouncy, but it goes away once you hit like 65, 70. But that was my only complaint with the Coopers. But I absolutely love the tread, love the sidewall. They're still my favorite looking tires. They don't really make these unique sizes that I like to run on my trucks. So let me go back to my 33s. Gosh, look how wide these are. 33, 14, 50. As you can see, they're not that big, but it also doesn't look that much smaller next to 37. But yeah, they are 33. Let me see if it'll focus. Yep, they are 33, 14, 50. This is exactly what I wanted. I wanted some super wide tires for the LLY, and eventually I want to get some really wide tires for the Denali as well. I really do miss that wide look that I had with the Nitto 375s. So man, I wish there was a company out there that made 36 by 1550 for 24s. That would be the perfect tire size for 7 to 9 inch lift. I mean, do you guys agree? I think that would, a lot of people out there that I know would rather have 36 by 1550s over like 38s. Actually, now that I think about it, Nitto 375s for the 24s are about 36 by 1550, but ideally, me and Mark talked about this, we want 37 by 1450 or 1550. That would be, I think that would be like one of the most popular tire sizes, mainly because 7 to 9 inch kits are just so popular because it's not overkill, it's not too expensive, whereas, you know, like 10 to 12 inch kits are at least they start out at $5,000, and you add on all the parts and labor, you're at $8,000 to $10,000. Whereas 7 to 9 inch kits are, holy crap, I'm sweating my balls off. 7 to 9 inch kits are $2,000 to $3,000. They're way more affordable. So with that being said, you see 7 to 9 inch kits everywhere. And 37 1450 or 1550 would be ideal if you have a truck at 9 inch lift, if you want that bulldog stance. So AMP or Fury or whoever, if you're watching this video, or if you guys know anybody that works for AMP or Fury, send this video to them. We need 37 1450. That would be the ideal tire size. Yeah, I was not expecting these to get here today, but all the truck parts are slowly coming in. COVID definitely has slowed me down. Dropstar sent these to me well over 6 months ago, before COVID even happened, so I got these super quick. Only reason why I can't put them on is they're 14 wides, and I need a lift. I need a lift on that truck, and I'm just waiting for the lift kit to get here. So if you want to see what those Dropstars look like, I will put the link up here. Make sure to go check out that video to see what they look like. Oh, so last thing I want to say is, you know, I've had nothing but great experience with AMP tires. I will, however, say though, with 40s, because I do want to do 40s on the Denali. And only thing that scares me is there's a good bit of people out there that have amp 40s and they tell me that they're really bouncy and they just have a really hard time getting them balanced. So that's the only thing that worries me is the 40-inch amp tires. But other than that, I have good faith that these will ride just as good as the 37s that I have. But that is all I have for today. Like I said, wasn't really planning on making a video, but I had a very pleasant surprise and I wanted to share it with you guys. I am getting super excited because, oh my gosh, once the truck gets lifted, it's gonna ride so much better and it's gonna look so freaking good. As much as I love the stock look, I'm a stance guy. So that is it for this video. Man, that is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please, please, please give this video a thumbs up. Please make sure to share this video and just leave a comment, just something, because it really helps. And I will see you guys next time.